Hi, this is Poster Girl. Welcome to Band Wives, a show about the wives, lovers, and significant others and the musicians they love, hate, and tolerate. But mostly, it's about their lives, interests, and passions. This is the stage for those of us off stage, the biggest fans, the ones always there in the background. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I've got one of my most special friends. I've known her for a really long time, probably the first best friend I had as a grown-up, as an adult. She and her, at that time, her husband, Brad, they are super into music. She still is. And I'm just very, very excited and very flattered and humbled that she has said that she would do this with me today. This is Ms. Melanie Matthews Clarke. How are you, Melanie?
I'm doing great, and thank you for asking me.
Yes.
I'm so excited to share a little history with you that you already know.
I know. It was, but other people don't know it.
That's right.
And then we're going to share new stuff, too. So.
Okay, all right.
Pick your brain just a little bit.
Okay.
So, I've already alluded to this just a little bit, that I met you in the very, when we were all much younger than we are now.
Much younger.
Yes. Hopefully we're smarter now than we were then. But
I don't know about that.
So do you want to just kind of tell everyone what your first impression was whenever you met me years ago?
Oh, my gosh. I
do you
can
remember
it? Yes, we went to Charlotte to see you and Chris.
Yes.
And Can I tell the true story?
Go ahead and tell all of it.
Okay. I can remember we got out of the car after y'all did, and you were walking into a store.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, Kmart or something like that.
I think you and I went to the mall. At the time, Chris and Brad were in a band.
Right.
They were playing some together. And they were playing with another guy, Judd, who had some connection at UNCC, I think, with the recording studio. I actually found some of those pictures not too long ago.
Oh, goodness.
And then you and I kind of went off on our own for the day.
And I can just remember looking at you and thinking, she's pregnant. I knew it.
Yeah.
You had on a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I can just remember thinking, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And then I found out you were, I don't know how much longer it was. It was Easter.
Probably. Okay. Mm-hmm.
It was Easter when Chris came to the house and told us that he was going to be a daddy, and he was thrilled. He was so excited.
He's a good dad. He is. And at that time, as I said, you were married to Brad Horde. And they were, at that time, they were in a band, but then you actually also joined them.
I did.
In the band a little bit, too.
I got tired of sitting on the sideline.
Yeah. So what made you decide, I'm going to do, what made you decide, I'm taking the plunge and I'm going to be part of this?
Well, they had somebody playing keyboard, but this particular person couldn't make it to all the rehearsals.
Yeah.
So they were without a keyboard a lot of times, and I took piano when I was young. So I thought, well, I can do that. I can do that. So I just kind of jumped in on a few rehearsals and loved it because, like I said, I wasn't sitting on my bed reading a book while they were practicing, wishing I was in there. So Brad and I talked about it, and everybody agreed. At that time, it was... I can't remember. It was Brad and Chris and... Was it Judd? And Judd.
Yeah. I was thinking it was. So, and then Judd kind of...
He faded out. Yeah.
And Hal.
Yes, I remember Hal.
Yeah. So, and Tim Mooney.
Tim Mooney was
involved in that whole configuration.
He was. They made up a good band.
They did. You all did.
Well, we did.
Y'all were very good.
Yes.
I have very fond memories of all of that time.
Yes.
And I think now how different playing out is for them and what it would have been like if they had had opportunities around here, like
like
in the
Chris
early
does
90s.
now.
Like y'all, yeah, if you guys had those opportunities, how interesting it would have been in the early 90s.
Exactly. Well, we did play uptown one time.
Yes,
Do you remember that?
I
At like
do.
a spring fest or something.
Yeah. I think it was the 4th of July thing.
Okay.
Because Tim made the comment about that was one of the first renditions of Chris's song, Ride On Cherokee Warrior. That's what he called it at the time.
Right.
And so they played that on 4th of July.
Okay.
But I do remember that. You guys were lots of fun. So what did you like better? Did you like playing some of the covers? Not that you guys didn't do a lot of covers.
No,
Most
we
of
didn't.
what you did was original.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed playing the original songs
Uh-huh.
because you could put your own feel to it.
Yeah.
And Brad came up with a lot of the keyboard to the different songs that he and Chris wrote.
Yeah.
And then I think Tim had some play in it too.
Yeah,
but Chris and Brad wrote a lot of the songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brad would work with me on the keyboard parts.
And what part to do. So,
Right.
did you ever sing?
I tried to.
Yeah,
It didn't work out very well. I sound too Southern.
No, you don't. I remember. It seems like I remembered you.
I tried to,
some.
but it just didn't. My nerves wouldn't let me.
So all of that, we'll kind of move forward just a little bit because I know it's been a while, but you did end up moving to Georgia.
I did.
Which is where you still live.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'm
Except
still
for when
in
you're
Georgia.
traveling to Cleveland County and the
Yes,
beach.
I have a significant other, Chris Bridges, that I enjoy seeing.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm in Shelby quite a bit now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when you're not at the beach.
When we're not at the beach, that's right. He has a house at Ocean Lake, so
yeah,
we go down there often.
I know it's been kind of cool because it's been a long time since you and I've spent a lot of time together or anything.
Been able to sit down and talk.
Mm-hmm.
So this is great.
It is. And I think I said to you earlier when we came in, I kind of going back through my mind, realizing how little your kids were at the time that we met and were friends and everything, and how they've all grown up and got their own kids. And,
I know.
I look at grandkids.
I look at Bryson because we would pick up Bryson and take him to the park with us, so he had Tyler to play with.
Yes.
I think he was 2.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely less than 4 or 5.
So I look at Bryson and can't believe he's a dad of 3 now. So
He is. So let's kind of flip it just a little bit here, and I want going back to even when you were playing. Are you still playing any? Do you still play the keyboard or piano much?
No. Knots on the fingers kind of
yeah.
make it, and arthritis makes it a little difficult.
Does make it hard.
I still sit at the piano and bang.
Mm-hmm.
I just, bang out things.
A little bit. So let's talk about your music, your love of music. Where do you think that started?
When I was young, because I had older sisters, and I would always listen to their albums.
Okay.
And so I was introduced to, their music, and then I kind of molded into my music. And usually I would play their records, though.
Okay. What's the first record you remember hearing?
The first record that I had, I don't remember the first record I heard, but the first record I had was Young Rascals.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Knew every word to it.
So it was a full album. It wasn't, was it a...
That's right. It was a full album.
Yeah. No 45s.
No. And I just grew up loving music. It's always been a part of my life. I don't understand how people function through their day without music of any kind.
It is very much a touch point and a touchstone for everyone, regardless as to how, or it can be, regardless as to what your genre is that you like or what your favorite song is, or how, do you like just instrumentals? Do you like just, whatever it is? It is pretty amazing how
That's
it can
right.
speak to
People
it.
are listening to the lyrics. They're getting something out of them. So that helps people, I think, in a lot of ways. There's a lot of music that helps people.
It does. It's very therapeutic.
Right.
So.
The band I'm into now is
tell me.
therapeutic.
Okay.
Yes, they're called Blue October.
Okay.
And I've seen 3 concerts so far. Mm-hmm. I first heard them about 25 years ago. They've been around a long time. Mm-hmm. Small band from Texas. Mm-hmm. And the lead singer is a former addict. Okay. So in his music, mm-hmm. he touches on a lot of, if you get down, get back up. Yeah. And preaches a lot of sobriety. Yeah. That resilience and yes, and being strong, staying mm-hmm. strong. So he does help a lot of people.
So how did you find this band?
I heard a song on the radio called Hate Me.
Okay.
And I loved it. It mm-hmm. was a really good song. So I had to do my research and find out who did it. Yeah. And then I started buying CDs. Yeah. And fell in love with them. Okay.
And you've seen them 3 times.
Yes. And other than the therapeutic part, the music mm-hmm. is good. It's very good.
What's their genre of music?
Well, a lot of times they get stuck in adult alternative. Okay. And he likes to use the F-bomb. So a lot of stations, most stations won't play.
Right. You have to, that has to be filtered out in certain places.
That's right.
So, I have no problems with the F-bomb.
No, personally, no. But I don't think he's one to want to be censored, so you just don't hear the songs. Yeah. Unless the station plays them in full. Out. Yeah. Right.
So that's interesting. So you've seen them 3 times, you said?
Yes.
All in the Atlanta area, because that's the area you live in now.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I saw one in Charlotte. Chris, I came up here to Shelby. Yeah. And Chris went with me. Mm-hmm. He was introduced to him mm-hmm. and liked them. Yeah. And so I went to Charlotte to one. It was the Fillmore.
Oh, yeah.
It was at the Fillmores. Mm-hmm. So. And it's grown. The band has grown tremendously mm-hmm. since then. But I'm just...
That's your favorite.
And Foo Fighters, of course, will always be in my back pocket. So
call on them anytime.
That's right. Tyler and I went to see them in Atlanta. Yeah, not too many years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you've mentioned Tyler because you have 2 kids. You have Morgan and Tyler. Yes. But Tyler is a musician too.
He is. Yes, he sings and plays the guitar and the keyboard and whatever else has to be played. Yeah, writes all his music, mm-hmm. and he's done great. Yeah, he's done really good when he's not working. He's got 3 children. Yes, and another business right now. Yes, so mm-hmm. he stays rather busy. So and if I can say about in terms of the business, that's part of what you had with your with your previous husband who passed away. Yes, Clarke. Yeah. Had an Italian restaurant since 1979, mm-hmm. and I can remember working the first day. People called out. We were there from like 8 in the morning to midnight, and I called my mom the next day, and I said, I have always worked for a living, or so I thought I did. Mm-hmm. Restaurant business is very hard. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. Very hard. So people don't know what, unless you've worked a restaurant, you just would never understand. So anyway, it's but it's one of the favorites in your little town. It is. It's a landmark. Yeah. Yes, it is. But it burned. Yes. November the 30th of last year. Fire. Very devastating. Mm-hmm. So what we're rebuilding. There you go. Yes, we are. It's stuck at the architect's office right now. So we had a tree fell on our house literally like 4 months ago, and we are still trying to get hold of it. It is amazing. I mean, I can't imagine having such a devastating thing happen because insurance is great, and you have to have it. And I'm not over here impugning the insurance industry, right? But the cogs of
those wheels just take a long time.
It takes a very long time.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes, you've been through it, so.
Yes, I have. So, so I want to talk, thinking a little bit more about what you played. What do you think your favorite song was that you played when you were when you were in the band or even playing on the piano or anything?
I don't have a real good memory of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
it
As the Eagle Flies. That was my favorite.
Was it really?
Yes, it was, because I had the intro, remember?
Yeah, you did.
All by myself, I had the intro, so it was one of my favorites. It was a really good song that I believe Brad wrote. That
I think he did.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tell Chris, see if we can find it and pull that thing out.
Oh, I would love to hear some of that
awesome?
music. I haven't heard any of that music in years.
Me neither.
Years.
And it was, I'd forgotten about it till you just said it. It was a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Really
yes,
nice.
it was.
So turning from music just a little bit, so tell me when you're not thinking about music or you're not playing music, what are some of your pet projects? What do you love to do besides going to the beach?
Grandchildren.
Your grandkids. Okay.
I have 6.
Yeah.
So, yes, the grandchildren takes my mental, the mental space that's not occupied by music.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're wonderful. They're 21, 18, and 16.
Okay.
And then 11 and 6 and 5.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yes, 3 older ones and 3 little ones.
Yeah. So do they say, "Come get me"? What do they call you?
They call me Mammy.
Mammy. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I always said. I don't want to be
No,
grandma.
usually I call them and say, "Let me come pick you up."
Okay.
Yes, especially with the 11-year-old. I'll call her and then we'll go back to the house and we'll do bracelets and necklaces.
Oh, good.
Yeah, or I'll take them out to eat or take them shopping, of course. And and then the little ones too. The little girl who is 6. She likes to come to my house and spend the night.
There's nothing like spending the night.
Right.
Spending the night at your grandmother's house.
And I love having all 3 of them there. It's a lot of noise.
It is
a lot of chaos. You know that.
Yes, it is.
But it's wonderful. And then the older ones, it's nice because when Matthew just got his driver's license, he's the 16-year-old.
And he's the younger one of the...
Yeah, and the other 2 are girls, and they've not got their license yet.
Yeah.
So Matthew, now it's like a whole new world. With him having his license, I can, say, Matthew, go get something to eat for us,
And then come on over here.
That's right. And they spend the night at the house a lot.
So they live close to you?
Yes, very close.
That's good. Very nice.
I've got Emma, who is 18. She is staying at the house with my dog, Harry.
Oh, okay, while you're up here. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. I remember Harry's
been around for a long time.
Yeah, he has.
Yes. Yes, he has.
Because that was your dad's name, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember. I always thought that was so sweet.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than a dog. They're the most unconditional things in the world.
Yes. They love you no matter what. No matter what you look like and no matter how you feel. They're always going to love you.
They do.
Yeah.
So Matthew will go get y'all some dinner and come on over.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I'll give him gas money. He likes to drive my car.
Okay.
So, when I'm here for 2 weeks, there's no use in it sitting, not being driven. So he's kind of got, like he has a car and he drives it around. It's a 2015 Lincoln. It's a granny car. But he loves it.
Yeah. He can own the road in it.
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes those are the best ones. You don't realize it.
Yes.
So we were talking earlier about concerts and things, and you've already mentioned that you've seen your favorite band, Blue October, at least 3 times. But way back in the day, you and I used to have a good time going to concerts.
Oh,
In the
yes.
90s.
I remember Lenny Kravitz.
Yes.
We wiggled our way
Always
down
did.
toward the front
I
and
know.
stood up on the chairs and danced.
Yes. It's a wonder we didn't break our necks.
That's the truth.
But it was, I mean, people ask me every once in a while, what's one of your It is always one that I listed.
Yes.
That one and U2, which we went
Right.
with you guys as well, which
Right.
was just freaking awesome.
Right. It was really good. And we had good seats.
We did have good
Yes.
seats, so because you were working at the record store.
At the sound shop.
Yep.
And Brad was too. I
Oh,
worked
yeah,
full
that's right.
time
Uh-huh.
and he worked part time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So sometimes we were able to get good seats.
Yes.
Yes. If the scalpers weren't in the front and saw
That's
what
right.
we were doing.
That's right. So that was back in the day before, all the Live Nation and all that
Right.
kind of stuff.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
complicated matters for us regular people.
Yes, it is. It is.
So,
And I remember Pink Floyd. You remember
Yes.
the traffic
yes, I do.
was stopped on the
It was awful.
interstate.
We missed half the concert.
Yes, we did. But we ended up having to leave the car and find a bush to pee.
We did. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
People were passing beers back and forth and cigarettes, and because we were
was a
stuck,
mess.
it was just a standstill.
It was, and it was on. So the concert was at Clemson. University
Death Valley Stadium.
Yeah. And I guess they were doing construction or something at the time on 85 down there, and it was we just
Deadlocked.
didn't do anything for a while.
That's right. We
Um,
listened to a lot of David Bowie. I remember
We
that.
did. We did. Oh, love David Bowie. Still love him.
Yes.
So, one of the favorites. Is there any concert you wish you had gone to?
Prince.
Prince. I know. Me too.
Yeah, I wished I could have seen Prince.
I know. I used to laugh because Chris always says, "I'll never go to another concert at Death Valley again."
Oh, it was
so bad.
wild.
I
Yeah.
said, "But what if Prince is there?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. So we never got to see Prince either, but he would have been one of my favorites too.
Yes.
So, any others you missed?
I'm trying to think. I loved Tori Amos back then too, and we saw some Tori Amos concerts
So,
that were really good. When we worked at the sound shop, we got to see a lot of bands.
you did.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, we got to tag along with y'all sometimes.
Right,
too.
right. I can't remember other than Prince.
That's a
Who
big
else I
one.
would have wanted to see?
Did you ever see David Bowie?
No.
Oh, did
I
not?
would like
Okay.
to have seen David Bowie,
We saw him once.
Mick Jagger.
Right after we got married, Chris and I did. So,
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
We got to see them. So
Rolling Stones, that would
Rolling
be
Stones
one.
would be one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We've never seen Rolling Stones either, and it's one of those. There might be a few other on my list before I.
Yeah. Well, we
It's
watch a lot
so
of
expensive.
concerts at
Do you?
Chris's house.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
He has a huge screen. And so we watch a lot of concerts, and Rolling Stones is just,
One of your favorites.
yeah.
What's your favorite Rolling Stones song?
What's the name of Black.
Painted
Black.
Okay, I love that song too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's a good one, and it's a little bit different from some of their
Right.
other songs.
Right. But no, we like to listen to a lot of different music.
Uh-huh.
We listen to Rob Zombie.
Oh, I like.
Yeah.
He's on my Spotify list.
We
too.
listen to 9 Inch Nails.
Yes.
Yeah, we can, we're 64 and 65, but we can certainly still headbang,
Oh yeah. We do too,
without
I know.
getting a whiplash.
That's right. So you're just like we're still the same about that.
Yes,
Melanie. I like,
yes.
Rob Zombie is one of my favorites, and actually, somewhere because Alice Cooper, I always loved Alice Cooper, and they're playing together somewhere at some point. I mean, there's something that I don't think we can go, and I thought, golly,
Oh,
what
gosh.
a freaking concert
Yeah,
that would be.
it would be. It definitely would be.
Rob Zombie and Alice
David
Cooper.
Bowie.
Yeah.
Oh, Alice Cooper's
Yeah,
cousin.
Alice Cooper. Yeah. So tell me, what is if you could sit down with any artist we'll say who's no longer living, because there's always, it might not be probable, but it could be possible you could sit down anytime with one that's living. So one that's not living, a musician, artist, who would you want to have dinner with?
Not living.
Yeah. Or we'll open it up. You said living or not.
Oh, living or not?
Yeah.
Well, living would be Justin Furstenfeld from Blue October.
Yeah. Okay.
Would love to sit down and pick his brain about how his lyrics are great.
So that would be what you would talk about, his lyrics?
Yes.
And how
he plays guitar and deceased. I'm thinking I'd have to go back to some of the older bands.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
I mean, was a short life,
Sure
but
was.
still, he was very interesting.
And I saw this list the other day. It was like the 10, it wasn't perfect, but it was like the 10 best albums of all time. And, you okay? Okay. And the 10 best albums of all time, like from track 1 all the way through, the whole thing was good. And there were 2 Nirvana songs. Two
really?
Nirvana albums on that.
Oh, okay. Probably
Nevermind. Nevermind was one. And then the very last one they did, I can't remember what, which was just months before he passed.
Right.
So I thought, oh, wow, 2. They were the only artist that had 2 on the list. But,
wow.
I mean, it's just one of those lists you see scrolling through stuff.
Exactly.
Start looking.
Yeah. Yes.
If you could go back and tell 15-year-old Melanie something, what would you tell her? What do you want 15-year-old Melanie to know?
To not lose her youth. That no matter how old she gets, she can still be cool.
Yeah.
She can still be open-minded and love music.
Yeah.
You're never too old for those things.
No, you're not.
So, and to be kind and courteous to everyone.
Those are great things. And I know you embrace your living your life and looking the way that you want to look and keeping your style the way you want.
Right.
You always have the little bracelets, which I guess you've made some with your grandkids.
That's my granddaughter. So, yeah. And then this is a Blue October bracelet that a lady in Ohio made me and sent me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow.
we were friends on Facebook. So anyway.
And it says Blue October. It has the little.
And it's got my name on it.
And your name.
Yes.
Very cool. And you have some tattoos too, because when I knew you before, you did not have
I got
tattoos.
my first tattoo at 63.
Love
yes.
it. Love it. I love tattoos.
I do too. I want more. I've already got my tattoo artist, Tyler, in Dalton. Mm-hmm. He's already got 3 pictures of tattoos that I want.
Awesome.
I've just got to make appointments and go.
Yeah.
And pay for them.
Yeah, I know. That is the other thing. That is the other part. So the first tattoo that you got was
Blue October, Fight for Love.
Yeah, which is on your forearm.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then this is something that Chris always drew.
Okay.
The cross, the yin yang, and the peace symbol.
He did. Oh gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he drew that on the front of a book that he did. Mm-hmm. And I always loved that combination. So, and then I got a cross on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
So when my hair is pulled back, you can see it.
I know. Get a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah.
So what are the other 3 pictures?
One is I save old calendars. And I had a picture of a woman whose arm extended out, and it was a keyboard.
Ah, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then another one is, of course, I love Salvador Dali.
Yes.
And I don't know if I want the melting clock, but there's another figure. It's kind of a clownish figure because, he's weird.
Yes, he is.
So a clownish figure that's hard to describe.
Yeah.
But that's 2 of them that I would want. I'm trying to think what the third one is. Justin Furstenfeld drew a red rose, and had it in a song that I really like. I can't remember the name of it, but maybe a rose.
Okay,
would be one. Or a turtle. I love turtles.
No, yeah, turtles are so. There's so many ways you can do turtles too.
Yes,
but,
a sea turtle or a box turtle
yeah.
or a regular turtle.
How you pull the colors. So where do you think you will put these tattoos? On your arms?
Arms.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I'll stay with my arms.
Yeah, yeah. Well, even like knowing you from before, you are a very your style is very. I kind of like bohemian and gypsy. It's just your hair. You always inspired me to have long hair. I love your hair.
Well, thank you. I don't have a lot of it anymore, but
you got good hair.
Chris inspires me to do it like this. I usually would have it straight.
Yeah.
And
he likes it curly and
it's
kind of wild.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Chris likes it wild. My hair wild too. So wait, that's okay. They just
that's right.
What speaks to them.
Yes.
Speaks to them. So tell me. So we talked about what you would tell 15-year-old Melanie. What would you tell 30-year-old Melanie?
The same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
My 30s were very good. My 30s is when I was in the band.
Yeah.
And so I'm very thankful for that. I think that inspired me to continue being who I was.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
And not pretend, to be older. My mother would say, you shouldn't wear that. You're older. And I'm like, Mama, I wear what feels good.
It does.
You feed your soul through, and you express yourself when you meet people with your clothing, your face, jewelry, and all. So hopefully I say I'm calm and I'm peaceful and I'm nice.
Yes, you are.
That people would get that idea.
Yeah. And I think you're right. What you said, owning your own style, especially for women. I don't see that as much with men, but especially for women, owning your own style and exuding that is very empowering.
Right.
I think, to
and
us.
Staying with it as you get older.
Exactly. What is the thing? I'm going to say a bad word here. The thing that says, so what should you wear when you're over 50? And the answer is, whatever the fuck you want to wear.
That's right.
Whatever.
That's exactly right.
All right, so got one more question for you, Melanie.
Okay.
What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure, I smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I started back when Clarke passed.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you did earlier.
Yes, and then I quit for 8 years.
For a long time.
And then I started back when he passed unexpectedly. So.
Yeah. That was a very stressful time for you.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yes. And so thank goodness Chris smoked, so we
can share your guilty pleasure.
Yes, that's right. Right. And I love Land Shark beer. He introduced me to Land Shark beer, and I love that. Okay. I like whiskey and bourbon.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So those are my guilty pleasures.
Okay. So do you do
and chocolate?
Chocolate's always on the list. Do you do a lot of whiskey and bourbon tasting, or do you just kind of are you a connoisseur?
No. I drink whatever somebody has.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he drinks wild turkey, so I drink wild turkey.
Okay.
When I'm with him. And then I had Rebel Gale at home and Southern Gentleman, which is a Jack Daniels product. Okay. Real smooth.
Yeah. I'm not much of a bourbon whiskey drinker. I tend to go towards the tequila side. Oh, okay. I'm a tequila girl. Okay. But do you just drink it straight?
Occasionally. Yes, I can drink it straight.
Back it. Throw it back.
Right. I can drink it straight, or Chris has got me into Boilermakers. The beer and the is wild turkey whiskey or whiskey? Yeah. Bourbon. So I've learned to drink some of that. And we don't drink a lot. We just, when we want to relax.
Yeah.
We do. Now, when we go to the beach, I'll drink more beer. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well,
the Land Shark is good. It's smooth.
Is that the only beer you drink?
Yes. It's the only beer I drink. Yes.
So as we kind of roll towards the end, because I could talk to you all day and all kinds of things, I just want to thank you for being part of my podcast.
Well, thank you for asking me again.
Sharing your music, love of music, and your passions, and just a little bit of yourself with everyone.
Yeah.
And I said it just a few minutes ago, but it bears repeating. You are someone who has always had a beautiful spirit, great style, love your style, and you have owned your style.
Well, back at you. You have to.
Thank you, babe.
You have to. So that's why I love you so much.
I love you too. All the time. So thank you, Melanie.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Bandwise. Look for our next episode. Until then, this is Poster Girl wishing you a beautiful, badass life.